Sound check with a snap.
Excuse me.
QueeReflections. A chance for us to look back at ourselves and say, wow, so young, so gay. Now, hindsight's 2020. We all have those moments where we're going, wow, why is everybody so mad at me? Why is that cabbie so mad at me? And we wake up the next morning and we go, yeah, okay, I made some bad decisions and I was real rude and I was pretty much a jerk to everybody I've ever met. It's that kind of hindsight that I want to talk about here. Because there's a certain age you hit when you're, growing up, aging, developing, whatever you want to call it, where your body starts reacting before your brain is able to process why or how. Having opinions and not enough facts to back them up, or enough knowledge or something. I don't know, it's a weird situation, but, they probably have better words to describe it. I'm sure people do. There's people who read books, they know things. So for that, let's take a quick stroll down memory lane. In the late 90s, if you said jump, I'd say how high. If you said wet, I'd say water. If you said testosterone, muscle, machismo incarnate, I'd probably go with
Former NFL defensive tackle and MMA commentator, TV host, actor, and one-time Santa Claus, Rookie of the Year, Inspirational Wrestler of the Year, Comeback of the Year, one-time WWE Heavyweight Champion, one-time Universal Champion, WWE Hall of Famer, one-time WCW Heavyweight Champion, two-time WCW US Heavyweight Champion, one-time WCW Tag Team Champion, making him the 5th WCW Triple Crown Champion, alongside Bret the Hitman Hart, who we are not going to talk about in this video, but is the greatest wrestler of all time. No thanks to Bill Goldberg.
And I was not allowed to watch wrestling because it's violent, it's bad for you, it's just not safe. Boys are going to get hurt. You're going to try to do that in the schoolyard with your friends. You're going to get into trouble. Somebody's going to lose an eye. Somebody's going to lose an eye if you watch wrestling, so no wrestling. I was 7 in 1998. Late 97 was when Goldberg's famous streak began. In 98, I was in elementary school. I was pretty much spending most of my free time at my cousin's house playing his N64. I can't remember when I got a PlayStation, but I had the PS1. He had the 64. He had Mario. I had, Crash. So, obviously, you go there and play their games so you can play Mario Kart, because they don't want to play Crash Team Racing. But he had the legendary WCW NWO Revenge. And we played that game a lot. We played that game a ton. And I remember my only thought about Goldberg at the time was, because, these are weird, blobby people, and I don't watch wrestling, but his name was going around, his image was all over the place, and my only thought of him was, that man's in his underwear. What's this all about? Anyway, and I go about watching Batman or whatever. So time passes. It is the year 2017. 20 years later, not much has changed. Apparently, is the case, because March 2017, Bill Goldberg, out of nowhere, comes out of retirement and he wins the WWE Universal title, which,
All previous history aside, the WCW had the Heavyweight Championship belt, and the WWE had the WWE Championship belt. In the early 2000s, the WWE had something called the Invasion storyline, where Vince McMahon's son, Shane McMahon, had bought the WCW and had brought them over to invade the WWE and take over, which basically just led to the WWE has more wrestlers and now 2 belts. event was, we had people fighting for these 2 belts until Chris Jericho won both of them and one night becoming the first ever WWE undisputed champion. At that point, people passing around that title belts were going all over the place. There were splits, drafts, they changed the company, ups and downs, people got moved, belts got rid of, they got rid of the undisputed, they got rid of it back, they got rid of it to get that brought back. And now where we are after the several splits in Raw and SmackDown, we now have the WWE Championship belt being fought for on SmackDown and the WWE Universal belt being fought on Raw, currently held by one
Goldberg comes out of retirement and wins it. After not wrestling for 15 years, something like that at this point. 13, I think, I don't know. He wins it because he has a son now. And he wants to show his son what his dad, why people stop him at restaurants, like why people know his dad. But my brain is still going, the man's in his underwear. Well, at this time I'm a big fan of The Flash. I was watching it every episode, and then I heard news that Goldberg was going to be appearing on an episode. I find out he's an actor, I find out he's in movies. And so I see the episode. The Flash is in jail. And he meets up with a guy who was friends with his dad when Barry's dad was in jail. And Barry's dad actually saved his life. And this guy could see how, that this is Henry's kid. Like, this is Henry's kid, I gotta take care of this kid. Immediately becomes a father figure to Barry while he's in jail. And immediately, spears somebody, jackhammers somebody through the table. But you see him acting. You don't see him as this insane muscle monster. You see him as a human, a dad. Someone who cares. So where does that leave me now? Doesn't affect me in any sort of way, really. It's not what this is about. This is about just thinking about it. Looking back on those characters that we were big fans of. Looking back on those people that just stood out for some reason. And looking back at them and going, yeah, cool. That helped me be gay. Goldberg made me gay. Let's put that in. Edit that in. That's going to be the clickbait. Goldberg made me gay. In conclusion, I don't think I ever found him attractive. I think it was just a symbol of masculinity to an extreme that it was undeniable. Like it was forcing its way in. As opposed to seeing somebody thinking they're cool and going, yeah, I like that person. I want to be just like them. I want to spend all my time with them. I want to be their best friend. I never want to stop seeing with them. I want to spend sleepovers with them. And not connecting the dots. It's important to look back to see that, I think. I wouldn't say important. No. To counteract my own statement, this is going to be so much editing. In conclusion, Goldberg seems cool right now. Like, I get it, like, but that wasn't, I don't necessarily think as a kid it was attraction. I think it was more so, here's a symbol. This is that end of the spectrum. And my body and brain were trying to go, should this not, like, they were trying to bend it. Now I just think, like, out of anybody, I think I'd pick him to just go get a drink with. Because he seems chill. And if anybody talks to me, slam him through a table. And that's important. No matter where you are on here, if you can slam somebody through a table, boom. 10 points. All elite. Spoilers, I don't know if he's going to all elite, that'd be cool. That's wrestling talk, though. So yeah, QueeReflections. Just taking something, looking at it. Do you want to do this? I'd say go for it. If you want to do something like this with me, I don't want to say if you want to do this with me, that's inappropriate. QueeReflections. Take a thing, look back on it. I'm going to keep doing this, or at least if I can come up with any other ones. Probably Team Rocket. Or Cyber 6.